Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Should I turn in here to get off?
You're fine, you're fine. Deputy Westwood Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Reason for my stop is your brake lights.
Yes, sir.
They work 1 minute, and the next minute they don't work, and then a few seconds later they just flash. Okay, so
it's probably because of the rain.
Okay, that's fine. You got your driver's license on you, ma'am?
I just got tickets the other day. I'll be glad to show them
did
to
you?
you.
No, you're fine. All right, thank you. I'll be right back.
My truck may or may not start when I turn it off. You may have to push me off, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
Okay. Do you need to turn it off? Do you have to turn it off?
It'd probably be better.
Okay.
I'm on a hard time with it as it is.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If
Can
we
I
can
answer my phone?
Yeah. You can answer your phone. I'm just trying to think what's going to be best for. What is? What is that right there?
What is what?
That right there.
What is what? This?
That straw right there.
This is no straw. It's an ink pen.
Oh, okay.
It's an ink pen.
It was connected. It looked like it was connected
straw.
to that arc. Just
Hey,
hang
I just
tight,
got
okay?
pulled over the
Anything in the vehicle I need to be concerned about? Bombs, hand grenades,
drugs,
rocket launchers.
nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Here's what I do probably 10 or 15 times a shift. Okay. There's going to be a K9 coming in a minute, and she's going to walk around the car. Okay. But instead of doing that, would you consent to a search of your vehicle? You're fine with that? Okay. All right. You mind stepping out and just hanging out with this deputy right back here?
No.
According to the brother of David, neither he nor his brother Franklin walked.
Miss Odom.
It is yogurt, sir.
I know. Okay.
It's yogurt.
How about this, though?
That is not mine. No, sir.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you any
No,
direct, hold
sir.
on. I'm not going to ask you any direct questions. I'm going to read you your rights first, okay? So just hang out with Deputy Hayke here.
What is
Oh, no, Teresa, you're going to jail.
Yep. I don't know.
Oh,
but
no, Teresa, you're going to jail.
Do what? Okay.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yep.
on me to my knowledge
Okay.
at
Thank
all.
you. We're good. Okay. All right.
And I'm not trying to be ugly.
It did return presumptive positive for methamphetamine, okay? I'm just letting you know.
You come from a law enforcement background. Your father has a successful career in law enforcement, correct?
That is correct.
Specifically in narcotics while he was in Jackson County, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
That wanting to be a proactive, good law enforcement officer and work cases hard is a good thing, correct?
It is a great thing, yes.
And advancing in an agency like the sheriff's office, nothing wrong with that, right?
Correct.
I think we would agree that it's how you get there that is what is at issue in this criminal case, correct? That's what is at issue here, is how you choose to be proactive or how you behave as a deputy based on those motivations, correct?
Maybe if you could repeat that question. I don't want to give you the wrong answer.
Sure. Well, we agree that those are fair motivations when
Sure.
being a deputy, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so it's really what you do with those motivations that's what's at issue in this case, this criminal case right now, correct? Whether you act in earnest or criminally, that's what's at issue in this criminal case, correct?
I would agree with that, yeah.
All right. Now, I'll try, for the sake of everybody's clarity, I'm going to try to follow more or less the same order that Mr. Davis did.
Thank you.
And I understand you have your notes there. Same goes for me as it does for Mr. Davis. If you need a fresh recollection, you let me know.
Yes, sir.
You've testified on direct that You don't dispute that there's something in your hand like those photos the state's exhibits depict. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, I don't dispute that at all.
Your dispute is that you say that it's not the same item that you charged Teresa Odom with, correct?
Correct. It is not the same item. Right.
It was a different baggie, is what you say, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Where on your body camera video do we see you handle that baggie and either picking it up or putting it down or looking at it closely to determine what's in it?
Are you referring to the baggie that was in my hand before I put my search gloves on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you noticed on the video, there were multiple semis, multiple vehicles driving by in the opposite direction. Whenever I put that baggie in the front driver's side floorboard, I never seen it again. I'm not sure if it's because when a semi came through, it blew it into the roadway. After I found the baggie in her purse containing methamphetamine, and after I found the spoon, which was used as paraphernalia, there was really no need for me to go walk across 231 at the busiest time of the day to try to find something that I didn't even know was evidentiary value or not.
All right, Deputy Haycare, make sure you don't get run over, okay? Because I have faith that he
Look,
would
I wanna
prefer to get over. All right, just hang tight, myself.
Here, the body cam footage video shows what appears to be a small baggie in Deputy Wester's hand as
So as you noticed on the video, there were multiple semis, multiple vehicles driving by in the opposite direction. Whenever I put that baggie in the front driver's side floorboard, I never seen it again. I'm not sure if it's because when a semi came through, it blew it into the roadway. After I found the baggie in her purse, whenever I put that baggie in the front driver's side floorboard, I never seen it again. I'm not sure if it's because when a semi came through, it blew it into the roadway. After I found the baggie in her purse containing methamphetamine, and after I found the spoon, which was used as paraphernalia, there was really no need for me to go walk across 231 at the busiest time of the day to try to find something that I didn't even know was evidentiary value or not.
Why'd you set it down on the floorboard if you didn't know if it had evidentiary value or not? Why'd you set it down? If it was already in your hand, why would you set it down on the floorboard with that setting like you've just described to the jury if you didn't even know if it had evidentiary value or not?
So that I could search the vehicle.
How about searching what's in your hand? How about that? Wouldn't you agree that it would make more sense to start with what's already in your hand before you, if it indeed was a different thing, that it would make more sense to start with what's already in your hand before you set it down on the floorboard on admittedly a busy road?
Yeah. In this particular case, no, that would not make sense because whenever I looked at the bag, it did not appear, as I testified earlier, that it was of evidentiary value.
You don't look. You just said a moment ago to this jury that you didn't know if it had evidentiary value or not.
Okay.
You just said that a moment ago, and now you're saying that you already looked at it and it didn't have evidentiary value. Which one is it?
So, as I just stated a couple seconds ago, it did not appear to have evidentiary value. I did not examine it. I did not open it up at this point and examine it. It did not appear to be of anything of evidentiary value.
At what point on that video do you have time, or does it even show you looking at it to make some type of a reasonable inference as to whether or not it had evidentiary value?
Sure. So whenever I went to the passenger side of Miss Odom's truck, from the passenger side, you could pretty much see the whole front cabin of that vehicle. Whenever I looked across, I noticed that that particular item that was in my hand was no longer on the driver's side floorboard. Didn't really concern me that much because I'd found methamphetamine in her purse and I'd found the spoon. Like I said earlier, Mr. Williams, I was not going to walk across Highway 231 or shut down traffic to try to find something that was most likely just a piece of trash.
It was already in your hand, and you made a conscious decision to set it on the floorboard, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Did you or did you not look at it? This is assuming that clearly we're disputing this, okay? That it's a different item.
100% we are, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your testimony is that it was a different item, and in order for you to put it on the ground, you had to determine whether or not it had evidentiary value because it was already in your hand. So from it going from your left hand onto the floorboard, at what point do you stop and look at it and handle it the way you do all the other exhibits that you found
Sure.
in all the other videos to make that decision? If it was indeed different.
Okay. I would not have opened up a baggie with my bare hands, first of all. I will say that.
No. I'm sorry. We need to. Let me break that down. It's already in your bare hands. You've already picked it up in your bare hand.
Correct.
Okay. So what difference is opening it up with your bare hands going to make?
But Mr. Williams, I didn't open it up and turn it inside out for the contents, if there were any contents, to get on my bare skin.
Was it a clear baggie?
I believe it was an off-white baggie.
You could have seen inside it, couldn't you?
I don't believe I could have. With this particular baggie, I don't believe I could have, because from what I remember, it was an off-white, almost an eggshell white.
You can't give a consistent answer on this because there isn't a consistent answer, correct? I mean, would you agree that you cannot tell this jury that this item that you say is different in your hand, that you were ever able to determine clearly if it had evidentiary value, or if you looked at it, determine if it did?
Well, I can tell you that whenever I retrieved it from the door latch area,
Yes, sir.
and let's remember I went to the door latch area because she opened the vehicle from the outside. Whenever I went to the door latch area, and whenever I grabbed that baggie from the door latch area and brought it back, it only takes about probably not even a full second to look at something and visually see what it looks like. And sure, I didn't have x-ray vision, Mr. Williams. I couldn't scan the bag to see what was in there. I'm just testifying to what took place on that traffic stop. I'm just testifying to what took place on that traffic stop.
Was it ever in your hand? Was there anything different in your hand other than what you claimed you found in her purse? Was there even a second bag? Just tell the jury, was there ever even a different bag?
What are you asking? Are you asking if the bag that I recovered from the door latch was different than the bag from her purse?
I'm asking if there ever even was a second bag. Was there ever anything other than that bag, same bag being palmed in your hand that you later put in her purse and acted like you found out of that purse?
Okay, so what you just presented to this jury is
I'm
absolutely
asking you
absurd
is a
and not
question,
factual at all.
Stop.
Mr. Wester, your report doesn't document a second bag, does it?
It does not.
Do my best. And, Mr. Wester, your report doesn't document a second bag, does it?
It does not.
The video never shows you speaking to Deputy Heike about a second bag, does it?
It does not.
Or the female deputy who's later on scene, does it?
It does not.
And you never mention a second bag to Mrs. Odom, do you?
No, I do not.